Hello and welcome. I'm Captain Mike Bland, the Commanding Officer of Media Relations Division with the Los Angeles Police Department. This critical incident community briefing is intended to provide you with information about a law enforcement-related injury, also known as a LERI, that occurred in Newton Division in the city of Los Angeles on October 20th, 2025 at around 6:35 p.m. A LERI is a use of force incident where an individual requires hospitalization. You're about to see relevant video footage and learn about other evidence and police procedures related to the case so you can have a better understanding of what occurred, based on what we know right now. The LAPD conducts very thorough use of force investigations, which typically require investigators to interview multiple witnesses, view countless hours of video footage, and analyze a considerable amount of forensic evidence. We are still at the very early stages of this investigation, which can often take up to a year to complete, and our understanding of the incident may change as this additional evidence is collected, analyzed, and reviewed. We also do not draw any conclusions about whether the officers acted consistent with our policies and the law until all the facts are known and the investigation is complete. A word of caution. The images and information you're about to see may be disturbing. When a police officer uses force to arrest a suspect or defend against an attack, it can be graphic and difficult to watch. In addition, there may be strong language used by those shown in the video. As such, viewer discretion is advised, especially for young children and sensitive viewers. Newton area narcotics detectives working in plain clothes were in the area of 50th Street and Central Avenue when they saw a male suspect actively engaged in selling narcotics. That suspect was later identified as Tony Jackson. The detectives initiated an investigative stop, detained Jackson, and ultimately placed him in handcuffs. Moments later, and while still handcuffed, Jackson ran away and attempted to flee on foot. The detectives pursued Jackson, and a short distance later, while attempting to grab Jackson's shirt, a detective made physical contact with Jackson's back, causing him to fall to the ground. Following the fall, Jackson was taken into custody. A portion of this incident was also captured on the responding officer's body-worn video. Body-worn video cameras are used by most officers assigned to field duties. They are worn at chest level and capture a general perspective within line of sight from that angle. The angle of the camera prohibits viewers from seeing everything the officer saw and experienced. Upon activation, both audio and video will turn on. However, body-worn video cameras have a buffer of video without audio from the previous 2 minutes prior to activation. This feature is designed to capture incidents that occur suddenly, where an officer doesn't immediately activate the camera. Here is body-worn video from one of the officers involved in this incident.
What the fuck you run for, man? Get up, man.
I bust my.
Get up.
I bust my head.
Get up. You be alright. Shouldn't around.
Come on, sit up. Hold on, stand up. 1, 2, 3.
I bust
Walk this way. Come on. And lean him up over there in the shop.
my head, bust.
After being taken into custody, Jackson complained of pain to his shoulder. As a result, he was transported to a local hospital to be treated for the injury. While there, medical staff determined that Jackson's complaint of pain would require admittance to the hospital. Department policy defines any force option which results in an injury requiring hospitalization as a categorical use of force. In accordance with that policy, LAPD's Force Investigation Division assumed responsibility for this investigation upon learning that Jackson required hospitalization. Prior to being transported to the hospital, narcotics detectives recovered multiple bundles of cocaine from Jackson and booked them as evidence. Jackson was absentee booked and arrested for being in possession of cocaine base for sale. Criminal charges are still pending. Tony Jackson is a 29-year-old resident of Colton. In the next several months, the LAPD will continue to investigate and analyze this incident. We will continue interviewing any new witnesses that may come forward and complete any forensic tests as new evidence is found. After the investigation is complete, our Critical Incident Review Division will forward their findings to the Chief of Police, who will make his recommendation to the Civilian Board of Police Commissioners. The board will evaluate the evidence to determine whether the officer's tactics and use of force in this instance met the high standards expected of all LAPD officers. Additionally, the Office of the Inspector General will conduct a parallel and independent review of the investigation and will provide its recommendations to the board. If you would like more information on how the LAPD investigates all serious use of force incidents, I encourage you to visit lapdonline.org, where you can find the LAPD's use of force, policy, and procedures. Thank you for taking the time to view this critical incident community briefing.